All right, welcome back to the 100 Book Tag Challenge. My name is Jenna. I'm a booktuber and a teacher, so this channel is super confusing, just the way I like it. I am going to be doing a live book tag. I've actually not read any of the requirements for this book tag. I'm just going to do it, and then I'm going to close out, and I'm getting out of here, my friends. This is the third video I've done today, and I'm just like, let's do it. All right, so the person that tagged that created this, not created it, but where I found it, the link to the original creator is a dead link. So if you know who the person who created it is, please let me know. All right, so first, what is the first deadly sin? Is greed. What is the most expensive book that you own? The most expensive book that I own, and I'm okay with it, is probably Edu Protocols, because I don't want to drop my ukulele. Not my ukulele. Not because it's, exorbitantly expensive, but because I don't buy books, number one. And number two, these kinds of books just cost more because they come from smaller places and it takes a lot of money to make a book happen. So even though this might be one of the most expensive books I own, it's certainly not a complaint. In fact, I have some quality time with me in this book later on, because starting Wednesday, I'm going to be meeting with my friend Jeremiah, and we're going to be talking about books and teacher books that we're reading, and we'll be compiling that into a video that we're going to share with you. Can't wait. So that's the most expensive book I own. The cheapest book I own might be a 50-cent book I got somewhere. I couldn't tell you. All right, so then the next one is gluttony. What book or books have you shamelessly devoured many times? That's going to be Harry Potter and The Hunger Games. Every fall, part of my fall routine, part of my believing that fall is here now, is starting to read Hunger Games from the beginning, which usually takes me into November. Hello, my one friend. Which only takes me into November, and then I start reading Harry Potter for the winter season. I'm thinking I'm going to add Matched to that for the spring. And if you could think of a good book series to revisit, or maybe a genre to visit during the summer. So those are definitely the books that I have read over and over and over and over and over again. Also, I want to say Tug Everlasting. It's another book that I have read so many times, not just that I read it to my fifth graders and with my fifth graders, but because it was just a book that I read on my own that was amazing. All right, next up is Sloth. What book or book series have you neglected out of sheer laziness? I don't know. If I want to read a book, nothing's going to stop me from reading it. All right. Next is Pride. Okay. What books or books do you bring up when you want to sound like an intellectual reader? None. I am not that type of person. Okay. I will say I can take pride in how much I know about habit formulation and how the brain works, trauma-informed practices, dealing with a traumatic brain in yourself or in others. I know a lot about those kinds of things. So, yeah, I'll just say that I take pride in those, but it doesn't make me feel super, intellectual. It's just, so yeah. All right. Ooh. Next sin is lust. What attributes do you find the most attractive in your characters? I'm going to say an anti-hero. Like the first literary character I remember being in love with was Drizzt the Drow Elf. So I'm definitely going to go with that anti-hero. The anti-hero. All right, next is envy. Ooh, what books would you like most to receive as a gift? What book would I want most to receive as a gift? Any book. I love books. Okay. Oh, next is Wrath. Rawr. What author do you have a love-hate relationship with? I'm gonna say Cassandra Clare, but it's like 90% love and like 10% mild irritation at some of the repetition in the novels. So yes, that's what I'm gonna say. I can also say G.R.R. Martin, right? Some booktuber I am. Just because, like, I want to read your books, dude, but they're so long. I started reading the very first one, and I think I got like a good amount in, and then I stopped doing the job that took 45 minutes every trip. So it was like an hour and a half in the car every day. Once that stopped, then that pretty much stopped. Next is, this is not a, this isn't part of the tag, but it was listed as an eighth deadly sin. It's somewhere. Possumness, what is the best book you've read so far this year? Right here. Boom, shalaklack. This book is like reminding me of all the stuff that I knew. Please ignore David hacking up a lung downstairs. And you'll find that, like, as a teacher, if you're one of my teacher friends that's watching this, new on your journey, just starting off, one of the things you're going to realize is that, like, you're going to consume and lose so much. So find little anchor things. Like, I like to keep notes in these books so that when I go back to it, I'm like, okay, what did this look like? And what did I want it to look like? All right, that's it. Hello. I tag you right there. Yes, you. You are tagged. Consider yourself tagged. This is book tag number 10. I am 10%, a tenth of the way through this insane idea of mine. And it's kind of been a lot of fun. The whole reason I started was to kind of like slow down, to really try to slow down that whole consume and lose thing. So I'm having a lot of fun. And if you're having fun with me, well, then thank you. David just walked in. Hi, David. Would you like to come sit next to me for a moment?
Just a moment.
Do you want to talk about books?
I guess. I'm trying to think of what book.
Come have a seat.
Well, why don't you ask me a question about a book and maybe that'll spark.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do, one more video then, and I'll do a book tag where I'll answer and then you answer, and that's what we're going to do. So, yay!
Great, I got the floppy hair.
Yeah, you flop.